lifetime is sure to fly by. Don't forget to take a moment, take a look up in the sky. Think about the blessings, all the blessings that you got. It's a great day to be alive. With all the busy lives.
Welcome to another edition of It's a Great Day at SAGU podcast. I'm Rick Bowles, and that guy over there is James Carnell, our special guest we'll get to here in a minute.
Yes.
What do you think of the new intro music there, Mr. Carnell?
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that yourself?
No, actually, my wife sent it to me and said she thought this would be great.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, there
you know,
you go.
behind every good man is a good woman
That's what they say.
telling him what to do. So there you go.
Well, we have had some requests to turn this audio version into a video version. I'm not sure why, but I fought it as long as I could because they say in showbiz, James, you have the face for radio.
That's right.
But somehow you got approved to co-host the new Lions in the Field video program, so not sure how that happened, but thank goodness there's Amy Trober as your co-host, or a.k.a. Van Pay.
Van Pay.
And that helps a whole
Soon to
lot.
change,
So,
well, you know, they
Hello,
say
everybody.
I have an auctioneer's face.
yeah.
It's forbidding. But it works, I guess, you know.
We'll
There
see.
we go. We'll see.
Well, that's still out. But anyway, our guest today is Girien Salazar.
Yes.
Sir, Director of Development. We'll get into a little bit more of why Girien is here, but wanted to welcome him in case he wanted to, go ahead and just interact.
Yeah.
Previously, we've told our guests just to be quiet, and
but
so
it's
they
really
didn't
hard.
even they didn't even get to laugh at the
I
jokes.
feel like I've been holding my breath the past minute, so thank you for introducing me.
Well, we want you to feel like you're part of the show.
Thank
now,
you.
not too much part, but part of the show still.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
All right, we got it.
So, we got any joke of the day today?
Do we have a joke of the day? Yes, we do. Actually, we have, more of a monologue, I guess, today is kind of what I've been thinking. I've been feeling a little, fun times and stuff. And so I've been thinking about the economy, how it's been going crazy right now. Everything's going up, things have increased in price. So I decided I'm going to become a farmer. We moved out in the country. We have a little land, So I thought, I'm going to become a farmer. I'm going to become James Carnell's farm. Not McDonald's farm, but James Carnell's farm. I'm going to be the CIEIO of James's farm. You know why I want to be a farmer? Because I want to be outstanding in my field. Oh, hey, but you know what? Being a farmer is not for everybody, but I think it's in my genes. I want to see if Gideon can keep a straight face on some of these, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
So I want to raise chickens, right?
Right.
And chickens can talk.
Didn't know that.
Well, talk is cheap. Hey, I found a type of rooster that can lay eggs. Did you know that?
That's good.
It's a special breed called Himalayan.
I don't know
Hey,
if
that one
I
got
can do it. I don't know if I can do it.
That one got JB laughing.
I got JB on that
By the
one.
way, I failed to introduce JB over here as our producer extraordinaire.
Hello.
There you
Hey, JB. You got you on that one, right? You couldn't keep a straight face on that. I did. I also found a hen that could count her own eggs. She's a mathemachicken. Okay.
See what I have to endure every podcast.
But seriously, I'm raising 6-legged chickens because, the wings market, Buffalo Wild Wings, all that kind of stuff. 6-legged chickens. I don't know how they taste yet because I can't catch them. I was going to raise boneless chickens, but they just lay around. So that wouldn't do good. But I was going to raise goats out in my field because I figured the milk would be pasteurized.
I like that.
Boo, come on, give me some more on that. Yes. All right. I did want to raise intelligent animals, though. I'm tired of the unintelligent in our masses in our world today. Matter of fact, I even taught one of my animals to drive a boat, but that sheep has sailed.
I'm looking for a happier one.
You're trying to find some.
You're going so quick. I
You
should
just-
do a long one. It'll ruin your timing.
Okay, and that's
Don't
okay.
encourage him. We need to kind of wrap this up.
Okay, this is my last one. I'll do last one, and so we can go out with a bang here. And I found out in all my research why cows have hooves instead of feet.
Tell us.
Because they lactose. Okay, That's my monologue for the day.
That was great.
Ladies and gentlemen, James Carnell will be performing at the local comedy club that has no name.
Nightly. Yes. I was performing at a comedy club, but they haven't given me their hours yet.
Yes. So I mentioned Mr. Girien Salazar. We will be talking this morning about the anticipation and the excitement of a new initiative out of the Advancement Office called
The
The
2027
Avengers
Project.
Initiative. Oh, no, not the Avengers Initiative. It's called.
I get one line, James, and I get spoken over.
Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. So say that again. It's called.
The 2027 Project.
That was good.
Thank you, James. Thank you for that.
So
pause.
we'll get into that here a little bit more, but we are very excited about that. But first, I wanted to share an excerpt because I think this kind of goes along with the initiative here a little bit. But it's a book that I think everyone connected to a Christian university, especially alumni, should ponder. J.P. Moreland wrote a book entitled Love Your God with All Your Mind, and he says this: we need to increase our individual and congregational giving to support Christian scholarships. When I speak in a church, I sometimes challenge people to ask themselves just how much of their individual giving or church budget goes to support the development of a Christian scholarship. Most people have never even thought of such an idea. Evangelical colleges and seminars are grossly underfunded. As a result, many such schools are tuition-driven and their faculties are underpaid. Strapped with inordinate teaching loads and left with inadequate library sources and funds for professional conferences compared to their secular counterparts. And all the faculty raising their hand right now saying, amen, brother. Hallelujah. And we expect those schools and their faculties to compete in the war of ideas. Moreover, there is less scholarship money available to students who attend evangelical colleges and seminaries compared to those who attend secular institutions. Unfortunately, students at evangelical seminaries face high tuition and therefore must work part-time jobs when they could be in the library improving their educational experience and ministerial training. If we evangelicals are tired of being unrepresented in the media, the university, and the government, then we need to support evangelical scholarships, especially solid evangelical colleges and seminaries, because such institutions nurture the intellectual leaders of the future.
Amen.
That's a lot, but what are y'all's first thoughts on that?
So the Reader's Digest version is we need more people to understand the importance of a solid, biblically based, spirit-filled institution such as SAGU.
Correct.
Yep.
And realize what we're doing is raising up leaders, spirit-empowered leaders, I think is our statement for this next generation. And yeah, I think more people need to understand that. I've heard a lot of complaining about, lack of government officials, lack of teachers, lack of, business leaders. So we need to step up as the church and evangelicals and do a better job of funding our next generation.
And you think about even just American history in general, most people might even say one of America's greatest thinkers was Jonathan Edwards, and he was evangelical. He loved the Lord with all his heart. And but he also was able to lead in the civic sphere because he was equipped, and that's what we're doing here at SAGU is equipping students to be prepared, for not just ministry in the church but marketplace. So yes, please continue to invest in our evangelical institutions.
And part of the reason for the 2027 project, we want to remind people of our heritage. We want to remind people of our future. Did you gentlemen know that we provide $7.9 million to students for financial and scholarship from our operational budget? That's a lot. That's more than tithe back to support our students. Wow. And I think it's important that we as staff and faculty understand that. And it's a major commitment. And yet, as I get emails, especially July and August, from students wanting to come back, going, hey, I need some extra help just to finish out. I've got a year, I've got 2 years left. And there's just never enough money to help these students. And I will tell you this. I got an email yesterday from a young lady who was telling me that She's on her own. Parents can't support her. And all the jobs over the last 2 years that she's worked part-time while here at SAGU is amazing. Every opportunity that she could get her hands on to work to help pay for her college, just really it impresses and amazes me that some students are willing to just work their bottoms off, and so we were able, through the advancement office, to help her a little bit to get back in for her final year. And that's why, we in the advancement office especially are constantly encouraging people to consider supporting the university at any level, but scholarships are very important as well. One way the advancement office can help is to encourage and inspire staff, alumni, faculty, and donors in general to support SAGU and various financial needs, and we'll go through that with our new initiative. But last December, as I was pondering what 2022 might look like, I was reminded that 2027 was our centennial anniversary, and that it was just 5 years away. From that, I sat down with Gideon and shared some initial vision for what I felt was a direction we needed to go in the next 5 years. That launched the 2027 project. So Gideon, when I first shared this with you, did you cringe? Did you think I was crazy, or did you see this as a great opportunity?
I thought that the time is now. I mean, it's just coming up on the centennial. You think about that year. You think about, man, we can't wait till we get there, celebrate 100 years. But the opportunity right now is to really set the foundation for when we celebrate. Let's have something on top of just celebrating 100 years of SAGU history. Let's celebrate that we are in a place, in a position that our next 100 years are going to be better than the previous 100 years. And so I was glad to sit down with you and to brainstorm and think about ways that we could just across all departments of the university bring everybody into this initiative, and let's celebrate 100 years, but let's do it in a unique way, in a bold way. Yeah.
So we've been involved in this process. We've had some meetings and brainstorming sessions. Let's give us an overview of the purpose of the 2027 project.
Well, I think one of the best ways to understand the purpose is to ask yourself a question. And everybody should ask themselves this question: is what can I do these next 5 years to prepare SAGU for our next 100 years? And each of us can answer that differently. If we're a student, maybe my best in these next 5 years is doing the best I can in my schoolwork and graduating and being a champion for who SAGU is and what we do. If I am a church, maybe my best for this next 5 years is to give faithfully monthly to SAGU to support students. If I am in the twilight years of my life, maybe my best over these 5 years is committing a legacy gift, a deferred gift to SAGU, so that when I'm no longer here on this earth, my gift is here and it's still impacting students. And so each of us can ask that question no matter where we're at in the university, or no matter how we're connected to the university, no matter how big our bank account is. We can all ask ourselves that question. And what we ultimately want to accomplish is bringing alumni back to SAGU, connecting them with SAGU. Two is sharing the stories of worldwide impact that SAGU has had across the globe and over the past 100 years. And then it's also just setting and cementing the firm foundation, the firm financial foundation that we have, so that we can continue to do what we've been doing for the last 100 years.
So this is how our office is intertwined with the advancement initiative here with the 2027 project and the alumni, because really our alumni are the financial base that we're really looking for. I mean, tuition is not enough. I mean, just the tuition costs, et cetera, that we receive from students is just not enough. We give over $400,000 in scholarships each year, right?
Yeah.
And
donor scholarships.
And donor scholarships. And those come from primarily alumni and those who have an affinity, a tie-in with SAGU. And so that's huge. Yeah. And so I think you're right. We need to, I don't know, just let people catch the vision of where we're going with this. So it's going to involve fundraising projects, right, that have goals. And all of these are tied around the number 100.
Yeah, most of them are. Maybe one or two don't have a perfect fit with the 100. But yeah, we've got a lot of the different initiatives. And there's 13 really fundraising initiatives that we have. And just to kind of name a couple off the top of my head, number one is an advancement scholarship initiative. And so we're believing the Lord over the next 5 years for 100 donations to the Undesignated Scholarships Fund. Another example of that is our Century Society. We're believing the Lord for 100 people to make a 1-year commitment to give $100 a month. And then we also have our Echo Society. And, can a gift really echo for 100 years? Well, if you give an endowed scholarship at a minimum of $20,000, well, that gift will be given in perpetuity. The whatever is invested and whatever the return is will be given in perpetuity from now until the Lord comes. And so we are believing the Lord for us to reach 100 endowed scholarships. And right now we're sitting at 87. And so we've got just a few more to go, and we want to celebrate that when it happens. So those are just a couple of the initiatives that we have.
Cool. So the gifts are given in perpetuity.
I was going to say you might want to explain that to James.
Is that in reference to our colors? Perpetuity.
I've got to find a way to add that into our verbiage somehow. Perpetuity.
Perpetuity.
I thought you were saying that my enunciation of it was just so bad that you were like, you said purple.
I just can't let it.
He's from Missouri. You have to forgive him.
Yeah, well, we just can't keep this all serious the whole time.
Year after year.
Year after year. On and on.
Until Jesus comes.
Until Jesus comes back.
And then we don't know what's going to happen to the money, right?
So there's going to be annual goals. There's going to be 5-year goals that we're going to be launching during this time. Yeah. Let's talk about. Let's name a few of the goals that we have. You named a few of the giving goals, but let's talk about some of the other things we've talked about. Something that everybody's going to be involved with.
Well, one of the ones I'm excited about is the one we're working on together out of the Alumni Association is the Oral History Project. So 100 years of SAGU history captured through the voices of our alumni. And so we're going to give them an opportunity to either dial in or get in front of a microphone and share a story, something powerful, impactful that happened in their dorm, that happened in chapel, that happened while they were just walking around campus. And there's a lot of even like love stories, people meeting here at SAGU, and those stories will be captured. They'll be in audio format, but they'll also be written down, and they'll be put together, compiled in a book that will be made available to our alumni. And so I'm excited about that project, and I know that's going to take a little while to develop, but that's going to be down the road not too long from now.
Yeah, that's a really matter of fact. Rick and I were just discussing that this morning. Time frames, timetables of launch plus completion of project, and that is an exciting thing because one of the most favorite things that I enjoy about homecoming, which by the way is September 29th through October 1st for all of our staff and faculty. Just letting you know, just in case you haven't used your BOGO coupon code to order your tickets yet, go ahead and do that at sagu.edu/homecoming. I had to plug that in right there.
Good plug.
There you go. Good plug. Is
natural fit.
Natural fit. It wasn't forced at all. So the goal is to really start just announcing this whole oral history project because I love homecoming. Sitting around, especially at the Memories Breakfast, some of those lunches, and hearing the stories of some of our alumni that came here when it was SBI. Yeah. They came to high school here. They met their spouse here. They went on, maybe attended, and graduated from another university. But it just is so interesting to see how their formative years here at SAGU impacted their entire future. So that's I'm very excited about.
And there's another project coming out of the College of Bible and Church Ministry. Dr. Hayes will be leading, but it's going to be reviewing and selecting 100 sermons over the past that kind of represent the decades of SAGU. And so I'm really looking forward to listening to some of those sermons and some of those, some of the messages. I remember just, messages evolve, Now, I might not be excited to listen to a 2-hour sermon, but we'll break those down into clips. But I'm interested in that project to see just how we can highlight just those sermons that have come out of SAGU. And a couple weeks ago, the missions department sent me their goals coming out from SMA and the missions department in general. They've got a goal of sending 100 students on missions trips every year of these next 5 years, and that's a huge goal for them. But they're being bold and they're believing God for great things. They're going to celebrate like milestones for when students complete 100 volunteer hours in SMA projects. They're going to celebrate that when those students reach that 100 hours of service. And another one is 100 stories of lives impacted by prayer. SMA leads prayer initiatives, and so they want to share and capture and share those stories of the the Lord doing miraculous things in people's lives, students in our campus and people around the world. And so those are just some of the ways that this 2027 project is aspiring us to really set ourselves up for the next 100 years.
Excellent.
I know you especially have been working very hard on a new landing page for the 2027 project, and it goes along with our new CRM, our customer relation management database. Yeah. First, tell us about Virtuous, and then tell us a little bit about the website that should be live as you're hearing this, and tell us the URL for that, and kind of go into the excitement that we have. We will have a new online giving, a way of giving that's in the 21st century. And tell us a little bit more about this.
Well, many people at SAGU might be familiar with a database called CAMS. And so a few people. And so I won't speak on that too much, but there was an obvious need to maybe transfer the information that we have of people, their giving, just emails, phone numbers, addresses, over to a platform that we can actually use to communicate with them and to have what we can have just we'll call it a responsive relationship with donors. And so the database that we got, Virtuous, is going to allow us to do that at a way in which we've not been able to do prior. And so not just emails, but being able to contact people through text and being able to just have a dialogue with people on a continual basis. And each person that gives, it's going to have their own giving portal in a sense, and so they'll be able to manage how they give, where they give to SAGU, and so that a lot of that, along with that comes different giving pages that we can create and establish, and it's going to take a lot of the administrative work that and Carol in our office does a great job of doing all that, but it's going to help her in that administrative work, so we can focus on our relationships with donors as opposed to just making sure things in a database are correct.
And just for clarification fact, that was not me that was booing, by the way. That was James Bridges. CAMS it does a good job statically for students that are on campus currently enrolled in the school, because the information is static. We know where they are, we know what they're, and it's a tracking mechanism for on-campus students. But once they graduate, they transfer into the portal for constituency. And so we have the potential, the goal is to keep track of them as they move through life. But the problem is, as you change emails, you change addresses, and that is not communicated back naturally to us. And so we have, data of tens of thousands of individuals, some of which is graduate old. Mm-hmm. I mean, most of it hopefully has been updated. But so the goal of this new CRM is, as you said, it's an ongoing communication factor, two-way street, creating a two-way street with our donors, with our alumni, and letting them know, communicating, here's what's going on, here's how you can give, here's what the next project is. And I think they're going to appreciate that level of connection. And
and even though this is out of our office, it really will bless the university as a whole, because when we're doing events and we're capturing people's information, we have a great place to have that information, and we know where it's from, we know how to use it. So it's going to be a blessing all around. It's going to touch many departments.
So the URL that everyone can visit and really get, tell us a little bit about the website for this and what you've done on that.
Well, we've been working to get this landing page up, and it's going to have a brief overview of the 2027 project. It's going to have a place where you can see all the 13 fundraising initiatives. You'll be able to see where we're at in the progress of those fundraising campaigns. So you can get just a live update of where we're at, and then you'll be able to see the list of the community and service projects that are active within the 2027 project. It's going to be a place for just a one-stop shop for the 2027 project. You can get information on everything there.
We haven't talked much about this, but along with everything you said, we are going to have specific campus and community projects that we are having great conversations with Convoy of Hope, for example. They want to come on campus and train churches in Convoy of Hope outreaches. There's a number of things that staff will be able to choose and be a part of as well. So that's a really important part of this.
Yeah, and one of the things we sent out an email a few weeks ago challenging a few staff and faculty to give at a level of $50 a month for a year, and we had a drawing. We took people to the Rangers game. It was great, but that project in particular is going to be open to staff, faculty, board members, and we're just encouraging you to give it any amount. It's $5 a month, $10 a month. Just to make a one-year commitment and be a part of this project, and maybe get your foot in the door that way. But again, no matter your size of the gift, it's going to SAGU, it's going to this university, it's going to students, and so we're excited, really excited to share this opportunity with you.
Every summer, our marketing department creates a President's Report. It's a magazine. The other 2 times of the month, it's called SAGU Today. But we all got together, we talked, we discussed, we looked at the vision for this. And so tell us where we landed, and this will be out, I believe, early August. Yeah. Tell us what the President's Report will be like this year.
The President's Report is going to be almost like a catalog of the 2027 project. It's going to list out all of the giving campaigns. It's going to mention some of the campus and community service projects. And it's also going to share the stories of donors. We've had some amazing donors over the past few years. And, many of the donors don't want to be highlighted. They give because the Lord has prompted them to give. But we've gone to them. We've asked, can we tell your story? We want to inspire people with your story. And so we've got a couple stories that we're going to be highlighting. People that are giving on a recurring basis, people that have given one-time gifts, people that have given in various ways, whether it's through leaving a bit of their estate to SAGU, or it's starting an endowed scholarship, or it's one of the initiatives we got going on is the Siglo Society. Siglo is Spanish for century, and so we actually have some SAGU alum, Hispanic alum, that have come and said, "Hey, we want our community to be known as givers," and so we're going to start an initiative to inspire 100 Hispanic alumni to give $50 a month, to make a one-year commitment to do that. And so it's going to talk about that story, why they felt encouraged to do that. And so this President's Report is going to highlight that and give an overview. And it's going to be a great tool that you can take and hand to somebody that you know, and will give them a complete overview of the 2027 project. And I don't think I mentioned the website, the landing page website right now. It might not be live at this moment. Probably won't be live maybe for another few more days, but...
Well, I have sources to say it will be.
It will be. Okay, so maybe
by the time this airs.
So by the time this airs, if you're listening to it, sagu.edu/2027. Now that's the numbers 2027. Don't spell it out. 2027.
Right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing that. I know you've done a lot of work towards that, and we appreciate it very much. So I guess we've got some announcements. It's time to start wrapping this thing up. You've already mentioned homecoming. I do know that we have a new speaker for the banquet. So if you'd signed up and, for some reason the last 2 years we've had to change speakers in mid-course, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But I've got to know just briefly through some conversation with Dr. Girien Salazar. He graduated in 78. That's when I came. But he's been involved with David Wilkerson's Teen Challenge for years and a great leader there. And he will be our speaker. We've had to move the banquet from Thursday night to Friday night, which is typically when it is, but we were looking to do something different. But tell us again just what Thursday night's going to look like and Friday night a little bit.
Yeah, we're really excited this year, with all the changes. But, we try to get ahead of the game. We try to promote early. But people's schedules change, and that just is part of the game. It's what happens. But so this year on our Thursday night, now we're going to have our Alumni Collective concert. This is going to be a worship experience it's going to be probably one of the best things we've done on campus in a long time. We're bringing back former worship leaders from SAGU history and from different eras, and we're bringing them back, and they're going to do a collective worship event on Thursday night. It is going to be literally off the chain. It's going to be such an amazing experience. So Nathan and Meredith Jones are working on this, coordinating with some of our alumni to get the the artist, all the list down pat. Some of it's still in kind of fluid right now, but they're nailing down everybody's travel and all that. So that's going to be an exciting time Thursday night to kick the thing off. And then Friday, we're going to have our chapel that morning, where it's our alumni chapel. We'll recognize some of our award recipients at that time. Our very own alumni president, Greg Thurstonson, will be speaking that morning, and that'll be a wonderful time. Then we have a luncheon where we can get a chance to connect and get everybody to hang out together. We're going to have some alumni games going on the brand new turf field. We should have a soccer game going on, a flag football game that Friday afternoon. And then, of course, Friday night's going to be the speaker. Jerry Nance is going to be our guest speaker for the banquet. And then we'll announce our PC Nelson award winners and the rest. So it's going to be a great lineup. And then, of course, Saturday, we're going to be having our tailgate party and the football game with our very brand new head coach, Greg Ellis, at the helm. We're very excited about that. But one of the things we're going to do different, and this applies really to our staff and the faculty, we're trying to make our Saturday tailgate a whole community event with our faculty and staff. And so we're challenging each of the departments to come out to this tailgate party and to have a booth, something set up. They could either do a cornhole tournament, which I think DMA said that they were going to do. Rob Price said he wanted to head that up. We're going to have a dunking booth, popcorn, cotton candy. It's just going to be a big carnival atmosphere. We're going to have our entrepreneur fair, bigger and better than ever. It's going to be out there. That's going to be an exciting time. So we're really looking forward to seeing that happen. So I really want to challenge our faculty and staff, our different departments, to step up and say, hey, we're going to adopt a particular thing. We want to host this. I know the church ministries department has always done a barbecue, and I think they're going to take it up a notch this next year too. So that's exciting. So we're trying to get everybody part of this really fun, faithful family atmosphere on Saturday morning.
Well, speaking of family, I know I've had a few staff tell me, well, I'm not an alumnus, so I don't go to homecoming. Look, at homecoming, we really want all staff, all faculty, as many as possible to be a part of it. I mean, everything that we've mentioned is a part of a package price of $25. And you can't beat that. I mean, just the meal alone on Friday night is going to be worth $25. Plus, as staff faculty, you get buy one, get one. So it's really $12.50. Come on. We want you out. We want you to participate. We want you to be involved with this. So please mark your calendars for that. All right, we want to move on. And JB, we have some new staff over the last few months. So why don't you take it away?
We do. I'll start from the beginning. We have Mr. Jonathan Watson. He is one of our new field maintenance workers. He enjoys playing paintball, All-American. We love it. We have Sean Kelly. He's begun as a bus driver for the athletic department. He enjoys sports, hunting, and being with his kids. Also very All-American. We love it. We have Tiffany Weaver, who is a friend of mine. She's the new residential life administrative assistant.
Please pray for her. She has to work with Lance.
She has to work with VP, our vice president, if you guys didn't hear, Dr. Lance Mesh, our vice president. And she doesn't have everyone has like a little, a hobby. She doesn't have one listed, but I want to let everybody know she's just one of the most talented people I've ever met. Dramatically, she writes, she can do anything.
And All-American.
All-American. We have another All-American, Nick Clemens. He is the new business services specialist. He enjoys walks, game nights with friends and family, and video games. Nick's been helping us all week. He's a great guy. We also, so this one says James. Did you want to say this one, James, or is that still me? Okay.
That's you.
We have Daniela Coates. She's begun as a new adjunct professor for the College of Bible and Church Ministries. She enjoys baking and cooking. We also have Ashley Fernandez. She has begun as a new on-campus undergraduate admissions counselor. She enjoys plants, hiking, and working out. We also have Nathaniel Franklin, who is a new security officer. He enjoys making music, and me and Nathan go way back. He's a great dude.
Is he the brother of Nick Franklin?
And John and Joe.
There you go.
The whole crew. But we also have Ethan Mendoza. He is the new administrative coordinator for the missions department. He enjoys TV, video games, martial arts, and sleeping.
Wait. Video games, TV, sleeping. I get that, but you add martial arts to that?
I've seen him in action.
Okay.
He can
All right.
he can do it.
Way to
He's,
go, Ethan.
Yeah, he somebody got too close to him at Cheesecake Factory a couple weeks ago, and yeah, so
They got
not great.
bruises.
Hey,
They got
I
bruises.
know Taekwondo.
We'll go again.
You do?
Ethan.
I do.
And what's that?
I know 3 other Japanese words too. But I'll share those with you later.
All right. We have. I don't know if I can dignify it with but I will.
There we go. Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, we have Greg Ellis, who has begun to serve as our new head football coach. Greg was a first-round draft pick for the Dallas Cowboys. Played 12 seasons with them, and I'm gonna. If anybody has any extra comments, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah,
Rick always knows about.
I'm excited about that.
That's great.
Yes, Greg
That's
Ellis,
awesome.
Very excited about him being on staff. We've gotten a lot of really positive feedback from our alumni. Very excited about having him on
It's
staff.
exciting to see what will happen.
Welcome, Greg.
Last announcement is July the 27th is our staff development day, and I think I got that date right. I was going to double check it. But Katie White and Ruth Roberts are always work very hard with their team, having a fun day. There'll be food. There'll be information available about new things happening. I would imagine probably some kind of introduction to our provider, our new catering and food services here. There'll be a lot of things happening. So please mark your calendar. This should be a you must attend staff, but my staff, you have to attend.
I have
James.
to attend. Thank
but
you.
Everybody else can do what they want, but my staff has to be there.
be there.
You got that?
Yeah.
You got that?
We
Okay.
have to be there.
And if they're catering, we tasted their food a week and a half ago. That key lime mousse or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Oof,
Put in your order. Put in your order.
I'm putting it in.
And we have a lot
Nice.
of special. I'm on the committee. We have a lot of extra special surprises that have not yet been divulged. So
Nice.
you don't want to miss it.
It'll
It's
be
great.
fun.
There's always prizes,
It'll be
I
fun.
think, too. So anyway,
Yeah.
make sure you got that in your calendar. Well, I think we've covered everything. No?
Well, I forgot to give the coupon code for our staff and faculty.
Okay, what
That
is it?
Buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
So this is for all staff and faculty. Go on to sagu.edu homecoming/homecoming page. And when you sign up for your tickets, you can do a buy one, get one with a special code. So go ahead and click on the early bird special, which gets you all of the stuff. And then down at the bottom, you'll see the coupon code. You replace where you enter that. And it's Lion BOGO, capital L, capital B, Lion BOGO, BOGO. And you'll get 50% off your ticket order.
You couldn't have just put BOGO. You had to add the lion. You have to complicate it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's such high demand. I didn't want this being sold on the black market
I
or
got you.
anything.
I got
We
you.
got a security.
Well, Gideon, thank you for being here. JB, thanks for your
Good to be
production. James,
Thank you.
Thank you, I think.
Thank you.
That's been another edition.
What did I do, Rick? What did I
It's
do?
a great day at SAGU, so make it one.